Welcome to Flavor of Tampa Bay. My name is Ian Beckles. For those of you that don't know me, I played for the Buccaneers for 7 years and the Philadelphia Eagles for 2 as well. And I also was a co-host of the Ron and Ian Show, the ever-popular Ron and Ian Show. Now I've moved on and created the Flavor of Tampa Bay. And for the first show, we're going to talk about Super Bowl 50 right around the corner. Also the Peyton Manning allegations from HGH. We're going to talk about Johnny Manziel, who just can't stay out of trouble, and the Pro Bowl and whether we need this ridiculous game anymore. I'm also going to show you where I get my specs, my gray glasses here. Gotta have shades and distant plasma. Flavor of Tampa Bay is going to be right back on the other end with a special guest, Mary Delgado. We're going to talk about some of the subjects ahead. Mary's a former Buccaneer cheerleader and also a former winner of The Bachelor. We'll be right back on Flavor of Tampa Bay. Flavor of Tampa Bay. I have the lovely Mary Delgado. How are you doing, young lady?
I'm doing fantastic.
Excellent. Now, you excited about Super Bowl 50 around the corner?
I am. The two teams that are going to play, I think it's going to be very competitive. It's going to shock a lot of people.
Do you think so? Now, we have a young Cam Newton and an old-ass Peyton Manning. One-on-one, it's going to be a problem. You think that the Broncos are strong enough to contend?
Now, you said old-ass.
Oh,
That's all relative. That's relative. Football years.
No, it's pretty old. It's pretty old relatively, but period.
Now he played against Brady, right? So Brady's just 1 year younger than him.
Yes. Now, the thing is, Peyton Manning's not going to be able to win this game by himself. Cam Newton can't, okay? So it's really going to come up to the Denver Broncos defense and whether they can handle Cam Newton and his read option. It kind of throws things off number-wise.
Right.
But you think Peyton Manning has enough in him, he's lively enough to get this thing done?
Yeah, I do. Not to take anything away from Cam at all, okay? It's going to be brains because you know what Peyton can do, right?
It's going
to take brains. Against the power of the legs and Cam very smart on the football field too. He knows plays. I mean, he can read. He can do it all,
sure.
And he's got the legs too. But don't take anything away from Peyton either because he might surprise a couple of people. They think that he can't run, which he kind of can't.
No, he can't.
He might throw a couple of runs in there.
I don't know if Peyton Manning at his age wants to be running a whole lot. I think they're going to do a game plan around him, and that's going to obviously not need him to do too much to win the game. Personally, I just think Cam Newton, I didn't think he can go through a whole season without getting hurt. He did.
Yep.
Now for one game, I'm not sure that the Broncos can stop him. So I'm going to go with Carolina. I wouldn't be shocked because nothing shocks me anymore, if you know what I mean.
Well, don't be shocked by this because I'm going to go for Denver.
Okay, well, good. That's good. Then
I want the old guy to win.
That's okay. We'll come over to the house. We'll go head to head. No doubt.
Right.
Well, there's been allegations that Peyton Manning has been involved with HGH, and on the other end, we have a couple commercials, and we're going to come back and talk about the allegations and what you think about that. We'll be right back on Flavor of Tampa Bay.
Get Superheat and Air for all your heating and cooling needs.
Now, you know I live all the way in South Tampa, but when I want a real fly pair of glasses, I head all the way across the bridge to St. Pete, see my girl Linda Flood at Gotta Have Shades. She has the best selection of glasses out here. Come on.
Different colors, you know what I mean?
Yeah, different outfits.
Yeah.
You know, I'm all about the Jaguar. We got Jaguar glasses now with the logo on the side. Fresh, clean lines. That's what I'm talking about. It's fresh. Look at that. Bam.
You have a great selection of glasses here. What are some of the lines that you keep here?
Well, beside the Cazal, then we have the partner to that, the Caviar. Total gem, lots of stones look. Then we carry Versace, Jimmy Choo, Prada, Dolce & Gabbana. We try and keep very up to date with all the new stuff that's in the magazine.
So how do you stay hip to what's new and fresh? Because I've never seen anybody else with Gazelles or Jimmy Choo or something like that.
Reps come around periodically with all the new stuff. They know that we like to try and stay on top of the market in that respect. Like even the oranges and the reds and the purples and.
Those are old school Buccaneer ones right there.
I know. Are they
that.
like?
It's not exactly my style, but I see my wife wearing them. Look at them. I'm sitting here talking to Linda Flood of Gotta Have Shades. How are you doing, first of all?
I am awesome.
And how long have you been open?
Almost 28 years.
Really?
1980
Good for you.
Since 1987.
At this spot?
At this spot.
That's very, very impressive. And congratulations for having a wonderful product. Well, I think you have the best stuff, Miss Flood.
Oh, much love.
It's great to see you again. Great
Oh,
stuff.
you too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Welcome back to Flavor of Tampa Bay. I'm here with the lovely Mary Delgado, former Buccaneer cheerleader, and also winner of The Bachelor. Okay. Now, the allegations by Al Jazeera that Peyton Manning was involved with HGH. What do you think about the allegations?
Well, first of all, consider the source. It's coming from Al Jazeera. I mean, and then also you got to have something to talk about. For me, I don't believe that he did any HGH.
Okay.
You know, I think Peyton, if he did HGH, wouldn't he be running around like him a little bit more?
Well, I mean, this is my thing, okay? Having played the sport before, it's not an old man sport. And I just had this conversation with a couple of baseball players here at the prep. And they kind of said what you did. Well, wouldn't he be jumping on? He's 40 years old playing with 21-year-old guys, okay? So if you have 2-3 neck surgeries and you need to get back out there, what would make you think that an athlete wouldn't do what they could to get back on the field? Now, the Al Jazeera, I agree with you, okay? The source is horrible. But it also makes you think that if ESPN got this story, would they actually come out and say anything about it? Because Peyton Manning is royalty.
Well, given all of the different things that have been happening with ESPN and the NFL kind of covering a couple of things up,
Or everything.
I would imagine that they would absolutely give the story out if it was true. If it was true.
Well, I mean, I'm, in a lot of ways I disagree because Peyton Manning, once again, is royalty. If you go to Knoxville, the speed limit is 18 miles an hour, okay? That's what he is. And if Peyton Manning took HGH, it would hurt so many people's feelings, and it would hurt that shield, okay? The NFL shield, it would hurt it. And they do anything to not hurt that shield. So I don't know if he did or not, but I'm just not in the school that I'd be shocked if a 40-year-old guy was taking anything.
So then I should think that Deflategate was shielded as well?
Oh, no, please. Absolutely. Tom Brady's a cheater, and the Patriots are cheaters, and that's the end of story. Now, there's been other players that have been in trouble as well. Johnny Manziel can't seem to keep his name, out of the paper and out of the news. We're going to come back on the other end of Flavor of Tampa Bay. We'll talk about some of the situations that Johnny Manziel's been involved with. We'll be right back on Flavor of Tampa Bay. All right, I'm here at Lucan's, ready to go pick up a bottle of Touch Vodka. Lucan's just opened up on West Shore and Kennedy. We got the fellas loading up the Budweiser and Shock Top. What's up, fellas? You doing good? Smile for the camera, yo. There you go. As you can see, it's right here at Taco Bell. We've all been there at 3 o'clock in the morning, telling on ourselves. But here's the intersection where the new Lucan's is open. Say hi to everybody. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Great. They have a great selection of high-end liquors. Fantastic. And anything you need, from soft drinks to cheese to meats, champagnes. As you can see, there's a great selection of just about everything. Come around the corner. They got your craft beers, bubbly drinks, jouets right here. Some more wine. Lucan's is doing some good stuff, man. As you can see, they have every vodka known to man. Every range. I'm still looking for what I'm looking for. Right here. Come to Lucan's, and here it is. That's what I've been looking for right there. Right there. That's the one. Hello,
Hey.
Susie.
Hey, Ian.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Fantastic. There you go. Now, Johnny Manziel's name seems to be in the news every single week. Personally, coming out of college, I thought he was a spoiled brat, okay? I thought he was a rich kid that thought that basically he was above the law, okay? For a guy that was poor going through the NCAA and not having any money, to see a rich kid selling his signature and making money kind of makes me sick to my stomach. And I never thought he would work in a locker room, and he hasn't worked in a locker room. What did you think about Johnny Manziel coming out of college? You think it was going to work?
Well, let me rewind to everything that you said there, because there's different kinds of, rich kids. There's the rich kids that don't appreciate, and then there's the rich kids that, do something really positive.
No doubt.
Which, those
No
are
doubt.
the kinds of rich kids that I really love. I can't speak of, I haven't lived his life to understand really what he has gone through. All I can go off of is what's been in the media. So for me, I think it all starts with, who has been your role model. I go back to Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy was more than a coach.
Unbelievable.
Okay, he took to heart the person. He really wanted to understand your life.
Sure.
And if you were going in a direction that wasn't a positive direction for you, then he grabbed you and he
No
talked to you.
doubt.
And you understand that, right?
Oh, wholeheartedly.
So for me, I think if Manziel really had that person, because all he's around is a lot of younger kids who want to party. They want to take his money, spend it, party, drink, do all that crazy stuff. But if he had someone like a Tony Dungy that really took him and said, hey, let me guide you a little bit, I think that he wouldn't be in the trouble that he is right now.
Well, I think a lot of that has to be done by yourself. Listen, I had people around me that want to party and hang out too, and I got it in a little bit.
Yep.
But on Friday night, Saturday night, I stayed home.
Yep.
I never went out all week long, and there's a lot of guys that were, okay? So nobody's forcing Johnny Manziel to do all these idiotic things.
At the end of the day, it's a choice.
Sure, and you talk about what he's gone through. I don't think he's gone through anything. Everything he does, he gets in trouble for like a minute, and then he's back on the field the next day, and everybody expects this guy to just be a great football player. I don't think he has the skills to really make it at that level. He's definitely not. He's not mature enough, that's for sure.
Right.
Now, I played for 9 years. You cheered for how many years?
5.
And you actually went to the Pro Bowl one
I
year.
did.
Good
Oh,
for you.
Pro Bowl, my goodness, waste of time.
Oh, was it a waste of time? Well, I've never
No,
been.
I shouldn't say that. It's not a waste of time.
Yeah.
I just think, you could just look at the ratings. How many people are really watching the Pro Bowl?
Sure.
And it's just been declining every year. So when I'm saying waste of time, I just think that not a lot of people are watching the Pro Bowl because it's not competitive enough.
Sure.
It's not taking you to any other level.
You know what's crazy though? The NFL is king, and as much as the Pro Bowl was a farce and ridiculous, I watched it. And if you look at the ratings really aren't that bad when you match them up with everybody else, okay? Because at the end of the week, it's the NFL's king,
Yep.
a couple sitcoms and everybody else on the bottom. So they're still making money on the Pro Bowl, and until they stop making money, it's never going to go away. But the game itself is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
A football game that nobody wants to touch each other, and it seems like kind of a glorified tag football game.
But our guy did good. Jameis did really
Jameis
good.
played well.
2 touchdowns.
Sure. Now I'm happy Jameis made it. On the other end, I'm thinking you're a 6-10 quarterback. You didn't deserve to go. That's. I mean, it's sad.
But look,
It's sad.
he's a rookie. How many records did he break as a rookie
Sure.
quarterback?
Now that's another thing too. The game itself is changing,
Right.
where everybody's yards are just higher than it used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
Back in the day, if you passed for 300 yards was a big deal. Now, if you pass for 300 yards, you probably lost the game. So things are a little different. Although I think Jameis is the truth.
Yeah.
I think he's the truth. He's going to be the future, and I think the Buccaneers are in great hands. So, Mary, you're the first one to sit in the hand chairs.
Yep.
I appreciate you.
I love the hand.
Yes, and let's get this done more often. I appreciate your knowledge. And we're going to go to Acropolis and eat some food right now. You hungry?
I'm starving. Absolutely. I love Acropolis. Greek food. Are you kidding me? My husband is Greek.
Good stuff. Well, this has been Flavor of Tampa Bay. We're going to be right back at you. And you never know, 2, 3, 4 times a week, look for Flavor of Tampa Bay. Peace out.
Amen.
Make it Superheat and Air for all your heating and cooling needs.